Hey! Hi there! This is Dr. Khushbu Shah, and so what I'm starting from today are these just impromptu lives. I'm calling them quickies, just for the fun of it. So I'm calling them quickies just for the fun of it. And what I'm going to do is there are topics that pop in my world, that when I'm having conversations with people I work with, when I've attended classes, and in my life generally, that these conversations that come up and these topics that come up that I think will be great to talk about, and using the tools of Access Consciousness, share some of those insights that I've been having, that I've had conversations about. So welcome to Quickies with me. And hi Kushi. Today's topic is about uncomfortable choices. Just look at it, look at your life, alright? Just look back at the last 5 years, 10 years. What were those uncomfortable choices that you made, alright, that led to the life you're living today? Okay, so for example, I have made a whole bunch of uncomfortable choices, and then there are areas in my life that I'm still making comfortable choices, because it's comfortable. I know what the outcome is going to be. I'm controlling it, etc., etc. And then I have also made some big uncomfortable choices. Like one of the first ones that I made was when I decided to become an Access Bars facilitator as opposed to a dentist, which is what I had studied. And it has nothing to do with dentistry is wrong or right. It's just my choice. It's amazing. Please. But I remember that was one of the biggest uncomfortable choices I had to make. But my life today is absolutely different, is way expansive, etc., etc. for that one uncomfortable choice that I made 7 years back. But I said, you know what, I really need to follow what makes me happy. Alright? And it was extremely uncomfortable in the beginning because I didn't know what my future was. I had no clue about what it means to become an Access Bars facilitator, an Access Consciousness facilitator, and have that as your life and living and as your career, from being a dentist, which is, in this reality, a very short, at least you'll have a clinic, etc., etc. But I knew I had to make that choice. And if I made a comfortable choice, then the life that I'm living right now wouldn't be available, which I, by the way, love. I actually enjoy my life. I'm not complaining. I enjoy my work. I enjoy where it's heading. Now, the reason that it is because of the uncomfortable choices I've made. Alright? Then there was an uncomfortable choice where I had to so many. When I went off to Auroville to live for a few months not knowing what to do. Now, it was a completely different world. I needed to figure out what I wanted to do, where I was, etc., etc. I was asking bigger questions, but that was an uncomfortable choice. But I know these bigger uncomfortable choices, followed by the smaller choices, has led to a life that I truly enjoy. So now in the last few days, I've been looking at, okay, where have I made comfortable choices? Where have I again gone into a comfort zone, because I understand I was getting bored of a few things that I was doing. Alright, I was getting bored of a few classes that I wanted to take, etc., etc. And then when this topic came up, do you want to take a class on this? I realized that boredom was setting in, which means I have again reached a place of comfort. Okay, so now it's time for me to make an uncomfortable choice. I don't know what that's going to look like. I have no clue what that is, but I know I have to get out of this comfort zone that I've created. Okay, and one of the greatest signs is boredom. If you're getting bored, there's a comfort that you've created, which is basically you're no longer creating your life. Okay, so you're no longer stepping into a creative life where you wake up in the morning and you're excited, you can generate something new, there's more money coming in, it's not even about the money, it's just this, your creativity is flowing in and out through the life that you're living. Now I know that started seeping into some of my projects. So I'm like, okay, wait, no, my asks have to become bigger, I have to now step into a whole new level of being uncomfortable. Alright, so I can keep going on and on about this. And one of the biggest uncomfortable choices I made was to attend an Access Foundation class as well. Because it was 4 days of God knows what I was committing to, but I was committing to basically change my entire foundation of the life that I'd created to something else, but to something that actually worked. Alright? So look at this. Look in your lives where you're getting bored. Okay? Look at where you're getting bored. Look at where you know you have to make an uncomfortable choice, but you've not been wanting to make that uncomfortable choice because it would be too much change. But look at the future that would create. Alright? Alright? For some of us, it's about relationships. For some of us, it's about money. For some of us, it's about career. For some of us, it's about a body. What uncomfortable choice can you make today so that you're actually enthusiastic about living this life and not bored by it? Alright? Please look at this, because comfort zones are dangerous. Comfort zones comfort zone is like slow death. Alright? And I'm not exaggerating. It's actually a life where you're not living and generating. It's actually a life where now you're, going into some form of slow death. Alright? So please get out of your comfort zones. What it is that scares you but excites you at the same time. I'll give you another example. I just recently started learning horse riding. Completely uncomfortable. That's not a comfortable thing to choose, alright? Because you have to be with the horse, you have to learn to trust your body, you are going to fall 1 or 2 times, you're going to learn to literally be with another living being, honoring it, honoring your body, having fun, learning a whole new way of being with your body and moving. So again, very uncomfortable. Okay, so but what that did was it opened up so much for my body, it opened up so much for my way of communicating with animals, the way of communicating with me, and I feel at peace, I feel joyful, I literally feel like, yeah, I'm alive every time I go for my horse riding class. Okay, so what uncomfortable choice can you make? So now look at your life. Where have you started choosing comfort? Not that comfort is wrong, like luxury comfort is great. I'm talking about energetically becoming comfortable with your relationship, with your career, with what you're doing, with your life basically. And what if you started asking to add something uncomfortable every single day? If that's too much, maybe every single week. Just ask, what can I choose that's uncomfortable today? Okay? And uncomfortable is not discomfort. Uncomfortable is where you're excited and scared at the same time about doing it. You know it's going to open up your whole world. It's scary because it's not comfortable. It's like a whole new level of showing up in the world. But it's also exciting. Like for example, doing these lives, absolutely not comfortable. It's not comfortable to go live and talk to people. Alright? At least not for me. Alright? So I have to get out of my comfort zones to even do these lives. But every time I do it, I receive new information. Every time I do it, I'm available to more people. Every time I do it, I open up, I get over my fears, I get over my inhibitions, and it always opens up something big. Alright, so please look at this. Please don't get stuck in comfort zones. Okay? Sometimes look at your relationship. Sometimes you create this dynamic of a relationship that you know it doesn't work for you, but somehow it's become a comfortable. Thank you, Priyanka. But it doesn't work for you, but it's your comfort zone. So it's this weird thing that is actually discomfort that is now becoming comfortable, that you know you need to make a bigger choice and get uncomfortable for something else to show up. Alright? So please look at this. It is so important to not get bored and not get into your comfort zone. It's so important to choose something completely different. Alright? And to be honest, what helps me choose more and more and become more and more aware are the tools of Access Consciousness about, something like I've become more and more aware of the subtle energy changes that happen, and I tend not to avoid them anymore. Okay, so please look at this. If you're bored, you need to be making some bigger uncomfortable changes. If you find yourself in the same patterns that don't really work for you, that is still your comfort zone. And it's like this discomfortable comfort zone. So you want to change. You want to make a big choice in those areas so something else shows up. Alright? So what do you know? What do you know that you have to make is an uncomfortable choice that if you did make, give you the life and the living that really enthuses you. Look at this, please. And ask every week at least, if not every day. And having said that, I have a foundation class coming up in May, which is 4 days of a washing machine class. And literally, oh my god. I attended mine in 2014. It was uncomfortable. It was a completely uncomfortable choice in terms of the fees, in terms of the fact that I had to travel somewhere else, in terms of a whole bunch of things. But what that class gave me was something I can't put into words. It's just changed me completely. It made me have me more me. Okay, so that I have my back in this world that can get a little weird sometimes. Okay, so what uncomfortable choices can you make today that will actually usher in everything you've been asking for? Thank you so much for being here, and I will keep coming on like this. I'm going to call them Quickies with Kushbu, just for the fun of it. As soon as there's a topic that pings in my world, I will come here and speak about it. Alright? So thank you so much. Hope this helped, and see you soon.